Hi, my name is Bruno, and this is Hombre Fitness. Alright, welcome to the channel, guys. So this is my first video, and I actually want to start this video off as an introduction so people can get to know what kind of content I'm going to be putting out, why I'm kind of putting that content out, and ultimately what my goals and what I'm trying to achieve for this channel, long term, short term, whatever that may be. All right, so let's get started. What kind of content am I going to be putting out for the channel? Well, the first one's going to be training. That's going to come into cardio, weight training, and stuff like that. I've actually been weight training on and off for about 15, 16 years. Lifted up my first weight when I was around 15, but it's been on and off. It hasn't been continuous. But I do feel like I have something to offer. Over the time, I've made a whole lot of mistakes and I've learned a whole lot of things all the way, and I'm just here to share it with you guys and see if anyone is interested in what I have to say. Okay, so the second aspect that I actually want to get into, and this is a little more exciting for me, and I'll cover that as I go along, but the second part is going to be nutrition, diet, supplementation, stuff like that. And so what I'm hoping is this particular part kind of resonates with a lot of people, and that kind of goes with the name of the channel. It's called Hombre Fitness, which is a Spanish translation for man fitness, and this applies to man or woman. It doesn't matter. It's just the way I decided to name the channel. The name of the channel goes along with the nutrition and diet, and when I say diet, I don't mean you're restricted to certain things like salads and stuff like that. This is going to be taken from an aspect of like you go to the zoo and then they feed a lion meat, and their diet is primarily meat. So take it in that sense. It's not going to be like, oh, restriction here, restriction there. You get what I'm saying? It's just what you're going to be putting into your body, not restriction. So going off of that, that actually goes in kind of to my roots of growing up Hispanic and the foods that I ate and stuff like that. So as I mentioned, I'm hoping that kind of resonates with a certain, I guess the Hispanic population, and maybe they're not used to eating, egg whites and oatmeal and stuff like that. Because when I started eating that stuff, I was like, I'll eat this stuff, but I'm not like enjoying myself because it seemed kind of bland. And there's a reason why I started to eat what I'm eating. I've been eating it for about 2 weeks now, and it's been working really well. And I realized that a lot of the people fail what they're doing because they're not enjoying what they're eating. And if you're not enjoying what you're eating, you're not going to make it very long. And so I know that has been a major part. I have changed from diet to diet to diet to different things, and it's never worked for me. And I kind of realized it's been staring at me in the face for years, and I never took advantage of that. I was raised eating certain foods, and why don't I just make those foods healthier? So that brings me to the third point as to what kind of content I'm going to be putting out. And so this is going to be sort of a overlapping thing with the fitness and the training and the nutrition, diet, and stuff like that. And that's going to be my fitness and bodybuilding journey. Just to put it into perspective, I'm going to be going from this to this. Nothing there. That's the point. A lot of 1 year and 2 year transformations on YouTube of, the before and the after pictures. And if you're anything of how I used to think back then, I would look at a person who's like in shape and shredded and all that stuff, and you could go up to that person and ask them, hey man, how did you get like that? And their answer would be hard work, motivation, dedication, eat right, stuff like that. But in the back of your head, you're thinking, yeah. I mean, I've lost, see, even myself, I've lost 40 pounds, and I've gotten lean, but I've never been shredded. And so weight loss is an issue. It's getting into that top tier, physique that you always wanted. And keep in mind, it can be done naturally. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Now, You would look at a guy like that, in the back of your head, as I was saying, you're thinking, yeah, I can lose weight, but how do you get like that? See, and that's the point. I didn't show any picture of it because there's no after. I want you to see that it is possible, and that's the whole point of this channel. I'm gonna be doing the training, the nutrition, the diet, and all that stuff, the cardio that goes along with it, so you can see that it is actually possible. I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm gonna show you the food that I eat. I'm gonna show you recipes, which I'm excited to show, because I think I have a lot of stuff that I can show off of that, and a lot of people can really relate to it. And so that brings me into the why portion of what my channel is all about. And the why portion is, it's going to be relatable to the common man or woman, again, the working class person who doesn't get 8 hours of sleep every night, the person who works doubles, who has kids, and that's a full-time job in itself. I mean, the list goes on. So I am in that group, but I feel that if I can show, then people can definitely find something to actually latch onto, who need that kind of motivation that they didn't have before, and really push forward and actually get to the physique that they want, given the circumstances that they're in, if that makes sense. It'll be my goal, and hopefully your goal, to get into that top tier shape, maybe eating differently. Maybe if you change the way you eat with things that you enjoy eating, you actually get to there. And what I'll be doing is actually, if you haven't been able to see, I'm going to be losing the fat. I mean, it's kind of obvious. Got the double chin thing going on. I'm going to be losing the fat, but if you're anything like, maybe you're skinny and you want to gain weight, well, you're going to be adding calories onto whatever you're doing. And I want to show those recipes, because if you're, like I said, if you're anything like me, you're going to maybe relate to what I'm doing here, and it'll be like a light. All right, so at this point, I actually want to give an honorable mention to another YouTuber. They're actually the reason why I started this channel, why I got a bunch of gear, camera and lights and stuff like that, this fake background, just so I can make it kind of appealing. So the whole reason I actually decided to go through with this channel, which I would never have done ever, but I've decided to do, is because YouTuber, his name is Greg Doucette. A lot of people call him Dr. Greg Doucette, Dr. Doucette, and it's kind of a running joke. If you check out his channel, I actually have a link in the description below to his channel, so that way you can check him out. But his view on nutrition alone is the reason why I decided to do this, because I've always felt that the idea of eating differently and enjoying it, but sticking to what I know, would work, but I just never put it into practice, because I thought it was like, maybe I'm wrong. And I've been doing it again for 2 weeks. I've been enjoying what I eat all the time, but it just hasn't, I just haven't done it long enough to show you the results. And that's kind of why I'm starting now, so you can see the results as I go, like a follow along. So Greg Doucette, actually, his eating is what he's been eating since he was a kid, like French toast and stuff like that, and he makes it high protein. And so I thought, well, why don't I do that? But I can appeal to a different portion, different demographic, maybe other people. So I'm going to be getting into those videos as far as like the training and nutrition separately. This is just like an intro video, so you can know what I'm about. And maybe this is going to be some sort of an interest. And that kind of brings me to the goals and what I'm trying to achieve ultimately. Obviously, I want to get to that bodybuilder sort of physique, but I actually want to have functional muscle. And I'm going to be kind of surprising you maybe with like training, not necessarily with the training specifically, but how or where I train. And again, this is relating to the common person. So hopefully I don't lose some of you whenever I get to that, but I'm hoping I can show that it can be done otherwise. Mentioning what I said before about, kind of being incredulous to being able to transform your body naturally and not thinking, hey, you know what, that dude probably used steroids and I'm never gonna get like that. Well, I actually want to prove that it is possible to those people who are truly incredulous and who think maybe on YouTube. I see a lot of those comments on YouTube where you scroll down and you'll see, no, there's no way to get like that. You look at them, definitely took GH or steroids or any sort of performance enhancing drugs. Yeah, well, it is possible. It just takes a lot of work, and if you can make it enjoyable, especially with the eating, it's definitely possible to get there. Long term, I kind of want to look back to where I was this day and see that this is how far I came. It's all there. It's all logged in. It's all videoed, and you can kind of go through the whole set. And even if you're starting, I'm way in the future, and you're starting way back when, and you can get to where I am now with enough time. So I'm gonna be trying putting out about 2-3 videos a week at most. If I can get more, good. If not, then we'll see how it is. And they'll vary, like I mentioned, from training and nutrition. All right, so I hope you guys can tag along. I hope you guys enjoy what you're gonna see, and ultimately I hope this helps a lot of people. Thanks for watching.